welcome back to Mysticraft. We are here. I have been working on this tree farm, which we desperately needed this early on. So, I just want to give you a peek. It's pretty simple. It's got water channels that collect the saplings for us, and I'll show you where they end up. If you turn around here, they just end up going down into a little chest at the bottom of this water channel. Now I did make the drop 2 blocks down because when you have it up close, it ends up doing this weird connecting thing with this level, and I just trust the flow more if it's lower. But we have it for all of the types of wood except for one, jungle. And that's because I wanted to show you guys how to make this simple but very good farm. I mean, it probably collects 90% of the saplings that fall. So we're going to grab some supplies here. Oops. Now mainly what you're going to want to have for this is a solid decorative block. I'm using diorite. I know people hate diorite. I like diorite. Get over it. Okay, we're done. You're going to want some kind of filler dirt for under the water streams, and then of course dirt for the trees to grow on. I also like to use half slabs as a way to kind of get up and down versus stairs, but that's all personal preference. I think it just transitions better in the farm. So let's get started. Now with the other sections of the farm, the water channels are between 3 and 4 wide on both sides of the trees. But when we do jungle trees, which grow even wider, I really would prefer or recommend that it is 5 or 6 wide. So let's put this here instead. Let's do 6 wide. Okay, so you can see where this channel is going to be. And let's get this going. And yes, you are going to need a lot of dirt if you do it this way. It helps if I use the right kind of block. Who'da thunk? Okay. There we go. So that is your basic construction of this for one side. And I'm going to go ahead and clear some more of this space over here, and then we'll work on constructing the other side. And we're back, and you can see I've made the same tiers on this other side here. And now what I want to show you is how we're going to do the water collection. So first, let's get our floor. Now remember, we talked about wanting, we'll make it too wide just so it's easier for me to walk. It won't be too wide when we're done. And we talked about wanting the drop to be 2 blocks. 1, 2, 1. So this is the level your water is going to go at. Now we know that water is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and down a tier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, because this is going to be the edge of the water, so this is where your hopper is going to go, and where your double chest is going to end up. Now, what we don't need to do is a whole lot more terraforming than that. Let's find these things. Oh, we've got more slabs. Isn't that nice? Okay. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2. I'm paranoid like that. It's just easier if you can get your water streams right the first time. Okay, and the hopper, yes, is pointing into that chest. Good stuff. Now we can add this dirt black in. I stop the water by putting it on the upper half of the first half of the chest. Then in front of the chest, I do a half slab on the lower bottom just so that you're close enough as a player to reach it. Then we'll fill in our floor. Oh, and I know that there was one viewer who was a little surprised by some of our builds on the server because they seem to be a lot farther along than just about a week. I mean, next Wednesday is going to be when we've had our week since the videos came out. So about 2 weeks in. And yeah, I mean, especially that purple building, but he's put a lot of time and effort and mining into it. But if you want a way to verify that this is still early game, I'm using jack-o'-lanterns to light this farm. Okay, I'm using diorite, which the farm looks great in diorite, honestly. But if I had a chance to use a different material, yeah, I might have. I've made this farm in prismarine before, and it looks gorgeous in prismarine. But I think we may have located a temple, but nothing's been done with that. You know, and it more than, oh crap, I can't swim here, you know, kind of passerby stuff. So please believe that, you know, all of our stuff is legit and it is taking time. It's just that, you know, we've got time, thankfully, to invest in making these videos and things and gameplay. Alright, now what you can see is that you want all of the spaces, I guess, in front of these tiers to be water source blocks. You could do them not water source blocks, but then you end up with something like this. And then all your saplings are going to stop here, and they're not going to move anywhere. So you've got to make sure that every single one of these is a water source block. Right, let's go up the other side. Oops, you know what? We need a wall on that side. Details, details, I know. I need to make more lanterns. So I don't want to wash away all of our good protective lighting. We need that lighting. I'm going to say I had some coal over here. Aha! That should be enough to get this finished. There we go. There. Now we can add the water in. Because if I hadn't done that, it wasn't going to flow just straight down. It would have gone over the edge and made a mess, and yeah. We ain't doing all that noise. Okay. Now we can grab the saplings. Now we'll have to farm a little bit to get saplings for up here. But for right now, that's a good start. Now the rest of the farm is really up to you and how you want to decorate it, have it. It's all personal preference from there. What I have done, just because I've used this farm enough to know that if you're planting backwards, which works fairly efficiently as you're going up the tiers, you end up wanting to keep backing up. So I do this little too high glass pane thing, because if you go too far, you're not going to fall off and get hurt. And then I had this too wide so that the glass panes can continue down the sides, again to kind of keep you in the farm. Okay, you're here in the farm, you want to use the farm, love the farm, stay in the farm. One of the best ways to stay in the farm is not falling out of it. Oh, and I know that some people get really, really conscious about, oh, she didn't, invent this type of farm. There's no way, kind of a deal. And I'm not saying I came up with this idea or this concept of how to make the farm this way at all. Alright? I simply haven't been playing long enough for that to be the case. I've been playing for a long time, but not long enough for that to be the case. So, yes, there are plenty of other people, I'm sure, who have made this kind of farm before me. I'm just showing you my version of how to make this farm and how I like it set up. You already got a jungle tree. And that's a really good example. I'm really glad we did 6 because look, that last leaf is lining up right with the outside of that. But this one isn't quite as far over. But that will let us collect, again, the majority of the saplings, which is a good thing. Okay, now I'm actually going to taper this a little bit because we're going to put glass panes along the side over here. And I just don't like that little vertical line you get when a glass pane is attached to something. Okay. We'll smooth that out just a touch. But not all the way so it looks semi-natural. Good enough. Let's go make some glass panes. And pretty much these glass panes are being placed everywhere. So I'm gonna just go ahead and place a whole bunch of these and catch you in a minute. Okay, we're back, and the farm is now complete. You guys saw the major important things, which were getting the tiered water flow set up, where you're going to place your trees, how to figure out the spacing of the water that you need, and doing the collection. Now, I've gone ahead and finished the rest of the farm. I've put a whole bunch of glass panes in. Glass looks so pretty at night. If we go over this way, this is where we just were. Again, that's where we can reach our chest. And it just goes the whole way. The whole way. Now I do want to give you guys a slight tidbit on being able to see the collection of the farm in process. So I am just going to cut a little bit of these trees. Now with the oak trees, of course, you put the slabs above. And it wasn't until a very recent survey that I've ever had problems with the oak trees growing outside of it and still getting tall if I just put one slab over the middle of the tree. I've never had that problem before. So now I've done it 3 wide and it seems to have resolved the issue. Let's get these cut. I am going to be doing a bridge soon where I need a lot of oak, so this just works out. All right. There. And as you see, we're out the back. We don't fall off. Hello, chicken. Alright, as we go down here. Now, some of them will get caught, but not so many as to be a problem. And of course, you can just kind of walk back up there and, along the sides. And it'll be fine. You can just pick them up. But most of them do make it down. And there they go. All the way in. What a happy, happy farm. So, oh yeah, I was lighting up off camera and I kind of died. I was filling in a creeper hole. Yeah, a creeper jumped into the creeper hole I was filling in and blew me up. Because. Well, anyway. So this is the farm. It's lit. It's safe to be around. I'm probably going to talk to one of the guys and see if they can put a charcoal farm in here. Just because, why not? I mean, that stuff is always useful. Anyway, I'm glad that you guys joined us. I hope that you enjoyed seeing how this farm is made. And until next time, we'll see ya.